Hi, this is Millie. Today's lesson is about basic Japanese dishes. First one is obviously sushi. We call it sushi. I guess I don't need explanation for this, but without the rice part, it's called sashimi. And the funny thing is, when I went studying abroad in America, people asked me, do Japanese people eat sushi every day? And no, sushi is really expensive in Japan, so it's kind of like a luxury food. Next one is ramen. We call it ramen. And we have mainly 4 types of ramen in Japan. First one is shio ramen, salt ramen. And the next one is shoyu ramen, soy sauce ramen. And next one is miso ramen, miso ramen. And the last one is my favorite, tonkotsu ramen, pork stock ramen. If you don't like meat or stuff like that, you might not like it, but I would say it's the best kind of ramen in Japan. Even living in Tokyo now, I would go for tonkotsu ramen. That's how much I love it. Next one is tempura. We call it tempura. Basically, we deep fry veggies and meat and fish. But the difference is we use flour, eggs for the outside layer. You can dip into a special soup. It's usually made out of dashi and soy sauce though. Or you can eat it with a tiny bit of salt and it's so good. Next one is okonomiyaki and takoyaki. Both of them are local specialty in Osaka Prefecture. And okonomiyaki is a local specialty also in Hiroshima. So about okonomiyaki, it's made out of shredded cabbage, flour, eggs, and you add the other ingredients like meat or cheese, mochi, other veggies, shrimp, squid, anything you like. Oh, it's like Japanese pancake, but not sweet. Moving on to takoyaki, it's like octopus bread balls. It's about this size each. You make it on the half sphere shape hole pan and you put the batter in and then you add the octopus in the middle and you flip it as you cook and it becomes a sphere. Next one is curry. We call it kare or kare rice. Japanese curry is quite different from Indian curry. Like we have our own style. It's a lot thicker and sweeter than Indian curry. We hardly ever have fish in curry. Instead, we usually use meat and some veggies. And we usually have 3 levels of spiciness for curry. Sweet one is amakuchi, mild is chukara, rather spicy, and very spicy is karakuchi. I usually go for chukara. Amakuchi is really sweet, so it's usually for kids, but even kids would sometimes go for chukara. And the next one is our breakfast staples. And these are miso shiru, gohan, yakizakana, tamagoyaki, and some otsukemono. Miso soup, cooked rice, grilled fish, and egg layer rolls, and some Japanese pickles. As for tamagoyaki, in Japan, when kids start to learn cooking, they usually start with trying to make this tamagoyaki. You first beat the eggs with some salt and sugar sometimes, and you make a thin layer of egg and you roll it. And then by the time it finishes, you add another thin layer over it and you keep rolling. You make many layers of it until you get this certain size that you're going for. So if you want to start trying some Japanese cooking, maybe start from there. Next one is Japanese fried chicken. We call it karaage. So far in my life, I've never ever met anyone who says they don't like karaage. I think karaage is one of the most loved dishes in Japan. Kids love it, adults love it, it's great with beer, and it's just great. So the difference between American fried chicken and Japanese fried chicken, Japanese one is chopped into like a couple of bite size, and it's usually seasoned with soy sauce, ginger, and garlic. Try it, I'm sure you're gonna love it. And if you're looking for some chicken dish that goes really well with beer, I recommend yakitori. Yakitori is chicken meat sticks, and It's usually like bite-sized chicken on one stick. They grill it on a special grilling thing. And if you want to try out different parts of chicken, then that's the best place to start. Moving on to pork dish, we have shabu shabu and shogayaki. Shabu shabu is a boiled pork belly slices. The name shabu shabu comes from the noise you make when you're making it. So you take one slice and you dip it into hot water and make it swim for a few seconds. And the noise it makes is shabu shabu shabu. As for shogayaki, pork belly slice that's cooked with soy sauce and grated ginger. It goes really well with rice. It's my brother's favorite. And the next dish is a one-pot dish. We call it nabe. For nabe, you can choose from many kinds of soup. And so for example, chanko nabe, tonyu nabe, goma tonyu nabe, tomato nabe, or motsunabe. Chanko nabe is the basic, and tonyu nabe you use soy milk, so it's really mild and gentle to your body. And we also have tomato soup. And for motsunabe, it's Fukuoka Prefecture's local specialty. Don't be grossed out, but we use intestines. It has a really rich taste, and they usually have miso base or soy sauce base, and I recommend soy sauce one. So nabe party is like a thing in winter. You can just pick and choose some veggies and meat, and you just chuck it into the pot, and it becomes this really warm, cozy, delicious dish. So we have nabe parties in Japan, and we call it nabepa. And also you can have parties with takoyaki that I mentioned earlier, and it's called takopa. So when you come to Japan, you gotta have nabepa and takopa. Next one is noodles. We have udon, soba, and somen. So for udon, we use wheat. It's like a thick, chewy, white noodle. And as for soba, we use buckwheat. When you go to a high-end soba restaurant, you sometimes get this sobayu. Sobayu is the warm water that's used for boiling the soba noodles. Because it has so much nutritious things in it, so you add a little bit of soup that you use for eating your soba, and you can drink it and be healthy. Somen is a really thin, slurpy noodles, and it's mainly for summer. In summer, you can also enjoy the somen bamboo slides. We have bamboo slides with water running in it. We put a little bit of noodles from the top, and it comes in front of you. So when it comes right in front of you, you scoop it out and eat it. It's a fun experience. And today's last dish is bowl dish. We call it don. So for Japanese bowl dish, it usually comes with rice on the bottom and then some toppings on top. And usually the toppings tend to be part of the name of the dish. So for example, gyudon, beef bowl dish. We have katsudon, cutlets, bowl dish with eggs. And then we have oyakodon. Oyako means parent and child. We usually use chicken and eggs. Chicken is the parent of egg. So when you combine it together, it becomes oyako. So we call it oyakodon. This is Millie. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I'll see you in my next one.